Hi guys, today we're going to talk about aloe vera. Now this is an aloe vera plant that I have that needs a little bit of TLC. I see this today. I need to repot possibly one part of it. The other part, there's a little, it looks like there's a leaf broken off that I will propagate, which is basically sticking it in some dirt. I will not water it for 7 days. I will wait to make sure it's nice and dry, because the best way to kill an aloe vera is give it too much water. Even though it's a succulent, it doesn't like to be overwatered. So let's talk a little bit about this plant. This plant is from Africa. And hear me moving things around here. I'm trying to lean up against my refrigerator to show you this plant. But anyway, it likes the sun. It likes direct sun, but sometimes, especially if you're in a warmer climate, it does not like to be in the hot window all day or outside all day. In the milder climate, like where I live in upstate New York, it's just as happy as a clam, you know. But they do like direct sun, as much sun as they can get. They like soil that drains easily, preferably cactus soil, but, you know, if you're like me, you know, you kind of do all kinds of things and learn from experimenting with plants, because sometimes it's just like when I used to raise African violets. You throw out the rule book, and a lot of times you find things out that you never knew, because, you know, sometimes you get too rigid, and you know, experimenting helps a lot when you are growing, because you find out things just like people. Plants are kind of like that. Each plant has its own likes, where it likes to be in your house, on your porch, you know, how much water it likes in your house, and that type of thing, because, you know, it's not necessarily everything is, you know, cut and dry with plants. About once a year, you want to repot them. They like to be root bound. If you do repot them, it's best not to water them for about 7 days to give them some time to dry out, because they are a cactus type of plant, and if you get them too much water, they'll pretty much die, but they'll do better if you wait about 7 days after repotting them in soil. It is actually a natural insect repellent, which is pretty awesome. You know, it kind of goes along with your lavender, peppermint, your rosemary, your tansy, your clove, your garlic, cat, mint, basil, pennyroyal, and your marigolds. But guess what? It attracts fruit flies. So be aware of that. If you put it next to you or in your kitchen, you know, it may be self-defeating. It's just one of those plants, you know. It definitely needs soil that drains quickly when you water it. You know, want to make sure it's not sitting in water, because you'll most surely lose your aloe vera if you do that. My advice is water once a week or 2 weeks, and in the winter definitely water less. And if it's in a low light area, water less. One great thing about aloe vera, it's a wonderful plant to put in your bedroom or on your nightstand or someplace near you, because it releases oxygen overnight and it kind of purifies the air. It's just a wonderful plant for that purpose. And definitely, you know, another thing about watering, because that's the main thing with this plant. You've got to watch that water. You know, let it completely dry out between waterings. But it's a beautiful plant. You'll want to grow it, propagate it, share it with your friends. It's just a nice, fun plant, and it's a beautiful plant to decorate, you know, within your home. And I'm thinking today I will probably, you know, put that one leaf in another pot, maybe repot the second plant, maybe even move the first plant into a smaller pot. But it's just a cool plant. I love it. I love that it was gifted to me from my sister, because every time I look at it, it's going to give me a memory of her. And I'm hoping to have it for many, many years. And so if you're not doing houseplants, consider it. It's just a wonderful, fun hobby. And they're so cheap. Get the small ones. You pay just $1 or $2. Don't go out and buy real expensive plants. Experiment. Learn what you like. And hey, if you don't have money for houseplants, do what my sisters and I do sometimes. We grow apple seeds. We grow, let's see. We grow, celery, other things. So, you know, if you're getting ants in the pants for getting plants, you know, grow your onions, grow your groceries, and who says you have to, you know, eat them or put them outside? Grow them as a house plant. Every plant at one time was outside, so have fun with it. So this is what we're doing. And there's some messy things on my shelf right now that need to be cleaned up, because as I'm accumulating more plants, because this is just the beginning of my house jungle, so to speak, I, you know, just take what I get until I get better and get more stuff. So that's what we're doing, but God's blessing us. So pray for us. My sisters and I always pray for house plants. So pray that I get more house plants, and you know, and we'll be praying for you too, that you get house plants if that's the desire of your heart. Because God gives us the desires of our heart. So anyway, like, subscribe if you love our content. Share this video on your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yeah, really do that. Don't, you know, take that second and share it. And we will see you in the next video. And remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm.